Welcome back, guys. Xavier the Gamer here. So, we're going to talk about something real, yet controversial, yet probably the biggest, the most notable event in the My Hero Academia anime series so far, and as well as the manga. Now, many of us have seen the development of Izuku Midoriya and Katsuki, aka Kacchan, and a lot of us did not expect Midoriya to finally fight Kacchan. And this fight, now a lot of people say that this was a turning point for both characters, and I've seen many people on Instagram and Twitter talking about this, and I decided to give my own little point of view on it. So we're gonna do that. So Kacchan, during this fight, finally, in a fit of tears and rage, fighting back his tears to be more precise. Hold on, let me fix. There we go. Fighting back his tears, he begged for an answer from Midoriya to why he became All Might's sidekick, why All Might trained him, and above all else, why did All Might have to lose his powers because of him. Now, apparently, this entire time since the fight with All For One, Kacchan has deeply held this bundle of nerves and anger towards both himself and Midoriya, because this is how he feels like, I just got All Might's powers taken away. Like, All Might lost his powers. The man I idolize is no longer a hero, yada yada yada. So personally, a lot of people, I've seen a few people say that, you know, Kacchan might become a villain given the fact that All Might lost his powers, and therefore might lose his faith in heroes because of that. And some fans say that the fight between him and Deku needed to happen so the two could get their closure and potentially be friends again, or whatever have you. But in this case, both answers are correct, because if there's one thing reading Marvel and DC comic books has taught me, is that any incident, regardless how big or how small it may be, can easily turn someone's ideals who envisions being a hero but quickly turn into a villain. You know what I'm saying? So this fight between him and Deku, it kind of needed to happen, just off the fact that the two have had plenty of times to try and talk about their true feelings, but never have, given the fact that given the fact that Kacchan is not exactly the most easily approachable guy. Like, yeah, hey, let's pull him to the side. Hey, Kacchan, you want to talk for a second? No. That's going to be the easiest way to get an explosive palm to the face. So my thing about this is, I know that even after their fight, Kacchan did show some form of, Kacchan did in fact show some form of respect to Deku in terms of his fighting style. And I feel like the two of them could easily, you know, have more development together as equals rather than being rivals. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing about that is that there's a degree of where I kind of honestly, I really did think that Deku and Kacchan was going to get into it at a certain point, both in the manga and the anime, because when I started reading the manga, the anime had already came out and I wasn't caught up at that point. But when by the time season 2 came around, I was already at the UA sports event. Now, in all honesty, seeing Deku fight Todoroki with, you know, just the minor part, the bits and pieces of One for All, and him still managing to fight Todoroki yet lose, even though he lost, he still convinced Todoroki to use his quirk to the best of his abilities. Now, see, that's the thing about Deku. Deku actually has this ability to somehow convince other people to do something with their lives, because he himself was a nobody from the time up, you know. And being quirkless, it came to a point where he had to make a decision. If he really did go through with telling Kacchan that his power is in fact from All Might, that would have been the exact reason that Kacchan would become a villain, because he would even turn darker towards Midoriya for that, and then automatically blame himself, but then realize that it was Deku's fault in the first place. So that it would easily have him turn into a villain and him set out on this whole Naruto and Sasuke level bullshit that a lot of fans of My Hero Academia have been trying to avoid for quite some time now. Because let's be realistic here. The character development between the two characters is actually relatively similar. Kacchan, the talented, the strong, and the above all else unwavering ability to want to win. His urge to win is unwavering. The same with Sasuke. It was the same way with him. He wanted to win in order to kill his brother. Okay? Deku. He was a nobody. People wrote him off. People did not like him. People thought he was a nobody. Same way with Naruto. So it's like, I honestly was not hoping that these two, I was actually hoping that these two were going to get into it. But at the same time, I honestly thought it was going to happen a little earlier than season 3, and like the near end of season 3 for that matter. So my thing is, I believe that this fight between these two needed to happen, and it deserved to happen just off the fact that, if you think about it hard enough, Kacchan was an ass to Midoriya. And the fact that Midoriya never had anything negative to say about that dude, and continuously say that he was happy to be his friend, that's day one, homie, right there. If you want me to be brutally honest with you, that's day one, homie, right there. And whatever comes about this, and hopefully there's more development on these guys in season 4, which is rumored to be coming out, I think, next spring, something like that. I don't know, but hopefully we'll get something different from these two, and hopefully we'll get to see Izuku, eventually master One for All, and whatever comes about that is whatever comes about that. So let me know what you guys think.